everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my little corner of the internet. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to make your very own chemical-free DIY deodorant. I have tried so many different recipes for deodorant, like it's actually a joke, and none of them have worked because every single one of these recipes contains baking soda, and baking soda burns your goddamn armpits. And I know I'm not the only one. I've received so many messages from you guys saying that you've been burned by the baking soda as well. So I'm so excited to share this non-irritating deodorant recipe. This is a very important day for the internet. Now, the reason I don't use store-bought deodorant is the same reason that I don't use many products from the shops. It's because it contains nasty chemical ingredients that I don't want on my body. And some recent research has shown that the aluminium that is typically found in store-bought deodorants can be linked to things like Alzheimer's and breast cancer, and I will be leaving some links to articles in the description box below. I'm not saying any of this as a scare tactic for anyone. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but it's just good to know what's going into your body. It's good to know about these ingredients and understand them a bit better so we can start making educated choices. We don't get taught this stuff in school, so here I am in my bedroom in front of a camera telling you guys about it instead. I haven't used store-bought deodorant in about 4 years, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't wear deodorant most days of my life. And the sentence that usually follows that statement is, oh my God, you must smell. And I don't, I promise. When I started to adjust my diet to eating less processed foods and more home-cooked foods, naturally there was a lot of changes in my body, and my body odor was one of them. So my body naturally started smelling different, it started smelling less, and that meant that I didn't have to use deodorant anymore. But these days I will wear this deodorant, this DIY recipe that I'm gonna show you, if I'm gonna go to some kind of party or event or something like that. So very rarely. One really important thing to note is that if you do have really bad smelling natural BO, it's something that's going on inside your body. It's not just the outside of your armpits smelling. Sweat is a natural way for the body to detoxify. We get rid of a lot of toxins through our sweat, and the smell of that sweat is our body's way of telling us something. So if it is smelling a little bit bad, don't just pass it off as bad BO because we're taught that that's normal. It really doesn't need to be your normal, and you might find that if you try adjusting your diet in a way that suits you, it could change over time. Another little myth that we're about to bust is that BO is due to bacteria on the surface of your skin. Now, whilst this might play a role, it's not the only deciding factor in what our body odor smells like. There's so much that determines this, and our bodies are always trying to communicate with us. So don't ignore this kind of thing. Pay attention and listen to what your body is trying to tell you. So with all of that said, let's get into the actual recipe. Start by putting some water into a patilla or pan, just so it is around 1 to 2 inches in height. Bring it to a boil and then put a large bowl on top and reduce the heat to low. Now we are going to double boil the ingredients, starting with 1.5 tablespoons of beeswax pellets, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and 1 tablespoon of shea butter. Leave all of that on a medium to low heat and stir it occasionally until everything melts together. Now, because of the beeswax, you may notice that the deodorant sets very quickly. Like you can see here, it is set on the spoon, but that is totally normal. Lastly, we are going to use some essential oils, and you can use whatever mixture you want, but I used 8 drops of lavender, 4 drops of sandalwood, which has such a beautiful smell, and 4 drops of lemongrass. And that is the mixture part of this deodorant done. So this is the bottle that I'm using to store my deodorant in, and it is basically a giant chapstick. This is the bottom where we're going to fill the pot from. The top has a screw lid and a convex piece of plastic that helps to shape the mixture and make it look really cute, but mine always flops. But maybe you lot will be better at this than me. Make sure you put that piece of plastic on properly before you start pouring in your deodorant, or it will just spill and go everywhere. So now we're going to start pouring the deodorant into the pot, and you can use a spoon, but it's just a bit too slow and it will probably start to solidify at the top. So pouring it straight in works a bit better, but please be careful. The bowl will probably be very, very hot, so use oven gloves or a towel or something, and ask someone to help you if you need it. My husband usually does this part because I get way too scared of burning myself. And now we put it in the fridge for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours or overnight, just to make sure that it sets in shape properly. So it is the moment of truth. We have got our deodorant out of the fridge and it's time to see if it's set properly, if the texture is right, and how it smells with those essential oils. So that is the shape of the top of the deodorant. So you can see with that little dome thing, it basically takes the shape of that. So it looks like a proper professional store-bought little deodorant. And now we've got to take it off without ruining the whole thing. And I'm really scared that I'm gonna ruin it. So at least you guys saw that it did look perfect once upon a time, just in case I mess it up at this point. Oh my God. Ah, it's cracked. But it still looks cute. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. And that is what happens when you don't know what you're doing. So in an ideal world, the top of this would have taken the exact shape of this, but I don't think I've ever made this recipe and it's been perfect. But this is close enough, like there's a little bit of it right there. Maybe one day I'll be able to make it, and maybe when you guys try it at home, it will end up being this perfect little round shape. But for now, we have this not so perfect, realistic homemade deodorant. And it smells amazing. This combination of essential oils is so nice. So the texture of this is pretty similar to the DIY body butter that we made a few weeks ago. Hit the little eye in the corner to check that video out if you haven't already. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like on your skin. I'm not going to show you what it looks like on my armpit because I have hairy armpits and I'm not prepared to show them to the world yet. So let's just use my arm for reference. So you kind of just got to rub it onto the preferred area that you want it on, and then just use your hand to rub it in because it is basically like a body cream texture. Now be sure to share the recipe for this DIY chemical-free deodorant with someone who you think it might benefit. I know so many women who have used baking soda versions and who have completely given up on the idea of having any kind of chemical-free deodorant because it just burns their armpits. But here is a perfectly good solution, so be sure to share it with anyone who you think it might benefit. Before you leave, be sure to hit that subscribe button, come and join our little internet family. If you've got any questions about this video or you've got any suggestions for future video ideas that you'd like to see me make, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I hope you all enjoy making your own cute little pots of DIY deodorant that are going to make your armpits feel and smell amazing. Enjoy the rest of your day doing whatever it is that you're going to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.